なら心のままに進みなさい。足跡をたどってあの火を追った旅を見届けるの。最後は死した者たちの墓を越え、私たちが作れなかった未来を作りなさい。
Welcome to the Elysian realm, Honkai Impact's brand new game mode, and we're going to go over its importance to the future of Genshin Impact. If you're not very interested in Honkai Impact, but still want to know why this is important for Genshin, I'll give you the quick and dirty of the value this new permanent game mode brings. Firstly, it's a new way to get crystals, which are the equivalent of primo gems for Genshin. The gameplay itself is randomized to an extent. Randomized because the enemies on each floor that are not the floor bosses are different each time, which is cool. Also, there's some cool different backgrounds depending on how deep you go, it changes. I wish it would change per floor, make it, more visually appealing, but that's a lot of work. The buffs you choose each time you play are going to be different, because sometimes you might want to collect buffs from specific characters because there's multiple different characters to pick buffs from, which is really cool. There's one that gives you specific to your character. There's another one that gives you buffs based off of your HP, one based off of your ultimate or your elemental burst. And there's more sections of buffs than the ones I had mentioned. And in each of their branches of buffs, there's 3 to choose from at a given time. And if you collect 3, you're gonna get a special buff. And if you go back for them for like a 4th time or a 5th time, there's chances to see enhanced buffs. The enhanced buffs tend to be more focused on helping the special buffs that you got after collecting 3 buffs from a single character. This game mode has tons of replayability because there's, I think we have 8 characters to choose from right now, and there's going to be more on the way that are playable. Additionally, more characters that will give us buffs to choose from, so the variety is going to be there, because we've seen in the Chinese server 5.1 version update these specific changes, which is really nice. Also, it's not a very quick game mode, because sometimes you'll end up losing to have to come back and get stronger to upgrade your battle suits based off of finishing a run, and also upgrading your talent trees. And there's just so much. I can't wait to see them add more into this game. Looking at Genshin, it's kind of been drying up on the sand without new permanent content such as this. With replayability, fun, reward driven, and just more possibilities. And a game mode like this, unfortunately, it's not in Genshin. But I was actually very surprised when playing Honkai and this showed up, because this is like something that this game also needed. So they both needed like something new and refreshing. And the Elysian realm is just the start of something. And if miHoYo wants to give Genshin something similar to this in any capacity, if it comes pretty much out of the gate like this, refurbished or, refined, Genshin's gonna be looking really nice, because this weekly I can come in to Elysian Realm, get my booty slapped by these floor bosses, because they kind of hit hard if you're especially doing the challenge mode, because you have to add like tons of modifiers on to accumulate a big score, kind of like the boss rush events in Genshin. The future looks like it's gonna be a real treat. So that's it for the quick and dirty. So if you want to leave and you don't want to know more about the Elysian realm, kind of just glossed it over. There's not too much, gameplay. You can go, but if you want to stick around, I'll have a full run through of a challenge mode, like the first time I completed it, not max difficulty, but I'll have that there if you want to check that out. And oh, you still here? All right. So, let's talk more about the Elysian Realm. The Elysian Realm is a story-driven game mode that bridged off of Ride May's experiences in the main story that led her to meet Elysia. In this mode, you're only able to use characters allowed in this game mode that you own, and each week you're given a key to unlock a new one, and then you can play with them and get more rewards based off of using that character. And through playing, you can acquire new buffs that you can upgrade them with. There's a large talent tree where if you collect this, I'm gonna call them donuts, a donut currency, you can unlock new buffs and effects that are universal that'll help you when doing the floors. You can get story currency, donuts, spendable materials for the shop, and Valkyrie upgrades by completing and even failing runs. But the total will be lower. You can unlock story dialogue, which will give you some crystals and sigils for buffs in the floors. Well, the sigils will pretty much give you a higher spawning chance for one of the portals for the character that you want to focus getting buffs for. There is a challenge mode, like I mentioned earlier, where you can get additional rewards per week, where your signet choices during your run can make or break how far you go and if you succeed or not. Some signets help different characters more than others. For example, this character, when she plays, she loses HP, and there's also signets where when you lose HP, you gain buffs. So prioritizing this character's sigils are more important than perhaps a different one. Occasionally, when going through floors, third portal might show up, which allows you to visit a shop where you can buy different sigils, upgrade ones you already own, heal your character, or even switch the supports you choose to bring with you, and change your sigil. This is the only place where you can do this, so depending on how much you want to min-max, it could make or break some of the builds you're going for. You're not capped with how much you get to play this game mode, but you are capped with how much you get to earn when playing to exchange with the game mode shop that earns you rewards that some refresh weekly and some refresh on the version. So there's always reason to come back each week in each version to start playing this game. Tying this back to Genshin, we can take most of these mechanics and edit them to fit in that game style and mechanics better, but the Elysian Realm still has a fantastic future to be implemented into Genshin in some sort of way, hopefully sooner than later, or another type of permanent game mode like this, because the community has always been asking for some sort of infinite tower mode with mobs to fight that all just come at you, and different buffs, replayability, randomization, and this game mode has it. This might not be the infinite tower people are looking for, but it's a start of great things to come from miHoYo, honestly. I hope this gets you excited for the future of Genshin, like I got excited for the future of Genshin after playing this game mode, because I can just see the potential behind this and what they could give us for Genshin. It's looking really good. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to stick around for the unedited gameplay of a full run, then you're very much to do so. But with that, see you next time.
逆境を打ち
怒り憎しみ闘争 かし 戦場で俺を探す必要は
はっ
前にも日がある。今日は
助けてあげましょう。審判の時は